Yo, nigga, you wanna hear a story? So, this is about a kid in our neighborhood, you know what I mean? In Compton. Oh, wait, fuck, was he in Compton? I think it was in New York, I don't fucking know. But anyways, his name was Slim Shady. He was being a bitch one day because he was white, trying to rap like one of us niggas. And then all of a sudden, he tried to get wise with us, making rap lyrics and all this shit, and people used to beat the fuck out of him. He didn't learn his lesson, though. Not at all, no siree. And when we'd beat the shit out of him, all he would say, you know what he'd say? I'm the real Slim Shady. That's what all he would say. I'm the real Slim Shady. You know, motherfucking dumbass white people. So anyways, one of the kids one day was inadvertently pissed off because he made fun of his mama, know what I'm saying? This guy was a psychopath with like a crazy streak who didn't take kindly to that insult, know what I mean? So he rounded up the other niggas who didn't like Slim Shady and called them after school in the science room.
You know what, bitch? I'm sick of your shit. You gotta remember that. Your rap lyrics got you into this.
DMX, the ringleader, told him as he looked him at Slim Shady in his terrified eyes. And then all of a sudden, these motherfucking niggas, they grabbed an acid, stored in a lab, and threw it in his face. Mom, spaghetti! Arms are sweaty! Mom, spaghetti! They stood around and watched him scream in agony as he
Mom, spaghetti!
As he ate through his flesh before shut the fuck up, white boy. Before sniggering and running out, pretending to be like an actual adult human being. Like whatever, man. I don't even give a fuck. So when the paramedics arrived and were attending to Slim Shady, who was no longer able to scream rap lyrics, the principal asked the boys if they knew what happened. The leader, DMX, explained that they were walking past when they saw Slim Shady skulking around the lab room. Where the fuck am I? Wait a second. Where the fuck am I? Wait 1 second. Oh, thank you kindly, white boy. By the time they got in there, he was already in that state. The other members joined in and backed DMX up with other fake details as Slim Shady, oh fuck, I forgot, tried to protest in silent agony because he couldn't rap with shit. The principal nodded and told him he would speak to them after he had a word with Slim Shady and got his side of the story after he was out of hospital. Because no one wants to believe a white boy in a nigger school. A few days passed and Slim Shady was kept in the ICU, whatever the fuck that means, with bandages on his face. Doctors salvaging what little they could of his face, his vision still intact with one eye, and his jaw withstanding despite the loss of flesh. But then again, the crazy part was, it wasn't like he was a freak anymore. His flesh literally turned into another form of flesh. The flesh turned into Eminem. And his white eyes were filled with anger. They were just filled with anger. When he was discharged sometime later, he would not even respond to anyone other than the word real Slim Shady. His social life gone and unable to smile or even make up a rap lyric anymore, he secluded himself in the room and began planning some sick, vindictive rap songs against DMX and started appearing in his mind. He would get them all one by one, discriminate them, slice them, burn them, lynch them, whip them. He waited patiently until the group would be vulnerable at the KFC. That's when he would strike. That weekend, DMX received a package in the mail. Curiously, he opened it to find a VHS tape with the words, "For you nigga," etched crudely onto it. He put it and played it. It was a crude recording of a home video by an unknown white man who didn't speak at all for the duration of the film. It began with the camera pointing on a date in the newspaper like he could fucking read. It was yesterday, and as he zoomed out, you could see what it was in a basement. A single flickering light bulb hanging above and casting an uncomfortable scene on me. By the time he completely zoomed out, it was apparent this was no normal video. It was in front of a cameraman. And on his hands and knees was one of DMX's friends. He was naked. I mean, you could see the ebony tip of his dick. A dirty blindfold around his face and a crude gag in his mouth. He was covered in blood. Like, I'm talking white blood. Horrific burns, lacerations in the wounds. One particularly large one on his back stood out and almost looked like a word, as if it was whipped on it. The cameraman, with gloved hands, took the gag out of the crime boy's mouth, and immediately he begged to go home.
Please let me go, white boy. I did what you wanted. Oh God, Jesse, my Keith, you made me put a cap in their ass. Oh shit, nigga, I'm fucking. Oh God, this is not dope as fucking on me. Oh God, not the watermelon, not the water.
He just kept repeating it over and over, rocking back and forth. As he did so, this British nigga didn't know how to handle it. DMX's legs began to shake, and he felt the bile rise in his stomach. He could see the burned, mangled bodies in the background, the bodies of his niggas. All of them had markings on their bodies and deep, large cuts, man. The cameraman reached out for the boy's chin and lifted it up, encouraging him to stand. He did so obediently, as the slave he was, and was slowly led to a door off screen. Whimpering, DMX could see what had been cut into his nigga's back now. It was the word Slim Shady. The camera cut out temporarily. When it restarted again, they were no longer inside. They were outside in the whitest boy color of snow out there in the woods. And it didn't appear to be the original man holding the camera anymore. It was DMX's nigga. He was whimpering and shivering as if he held the camera in one place for 30 seconds, pointing at some trees in the distance, hearing footsteps drawing ever nearer.
The
boy was screaming and crying, frightened out of his mind, making dubstep noises like the Brit he was. As the sound of crunching white man snow drew nearer from the seemingly every angle, it stopped. He turned around to see the mangled face of Slim Shady. A horrifying howl of Mom Spaghetti blared through the speakers, and the word Slim Shady appeared before the tape abruptly stopped. DMX felt faint and started to lock the front door, knowing Slim Shady was coming, and as he turned to run for it, he immediately hit something that fell backwards. The last thing he ever heard was, "I'm the real Slim Shady," as acid ran down his face and began to slowly eat away at his flesh. The last thing he ever saw was Slim Shady, contorting to a sick, twisted rap beat.
Mom Spaghetti